What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review season 1, episode 3 of Our Kind of People, a new show on Fox starring Yaya DaCosta, Morris Chestnut, Joe Morton, and Debbie Morgan, just to name a few of the wonderful cast members on this show. And before I get into tonight's episode, which is titled Hot Links and Red Drinks, let me give a shout out to my people. Y'all know who you are, the ones who hold me down in the comment section. I was about to say the choir section. In the comment section, my lovely subscribers. So shout outs to, we had, who left a comment? We had Leo, we had Alexander, we had Patricia Longcry. Listen, Patricia, God bless you. Thank you, Patricia. Let me tell y'all, Patricia know how to gas a brother up. She said something about she see them guns. That's what she said. She see them guns. She see them guns. Listen. Don't gas me up, please. I was blushing when I read that comment because, okay, I'm sidetracking a little bit, just a little bit. I know y'all didn't come here to hear this, but I've been working out, right? A brother had a beer belly. He don't drink beer. A brother don't drink beer, but I had a beer belly. I don't know where it was coming from. I was looking like Santa Claus, so I started doing these fitness journeys things also on this channel, and I started changing my diet and all that. So I have been working out, so I appreciate Patricia for noticing the guns. They still ain't where I want them to be, because when I'm telling y'all, when I get how I want to get, all this ain't gonna be no shirt. Ain't gonna be no shirt. I'm just gonna be like obnoxious. Y'all can be like, look at this dude. I'm just gonna be those greasy, just showing off the abs, just flexing to my welcome to the review. No, okay, let me get back on track. Sorry. Let's start over. Okay, shout outs to LaWanda Brown, Miss Tasha, T. Trisha, Jennifer Calhoun, Ramona Heath, Jay Goodwin, Geechee Girl TV, A. Henderson, June BLC. We have new subscribers, Nikki Green and Bria Monique. Welcome. And of course, shout outs to Savannah Rivers Amore. And you too can subscribe by doing what? Bam! Hitting that subscribe button that's over there, or wherever it is on your device. I believe I have 709 subscribers. Can we make it 710? Can we make it 810? Can we make it 2,000? Let me What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I'm sorry. I don't know what I was drinking. I don't know what it is. But okay, let's get down to this review. I've been goofing off enough. That's enough. So Angela has been having dreams. She misses her mama. Mama, I'll always love you. Something wrong with me tonight. Mama, something. Anyway, she's having these dreams about her mother. She's misses her mother, and she wakes up. She tells her Aunt Piggy, she says, listen, I can't get over the fact that my mother sold me. I'm still having these nightmares. I got to get to the bottom of this, and I need to know what's going on. Now, here's the crazy thing, though. Last week's episode, we saw her aunt talking to Teddy. So they do have she knows him. So she's not being all the way truthful. She knows him, and she knows some things. So anyway, Angela's mission, she wants to get in this incubator program, and now Leah, her half-sister, is totally hating. She knows it's her half-sister, but Daddy told her, listen, we got to get rid of this hoe. We got to do something. We got to get rid of her because she's going to mess this whole thing up. Our reputation is everything. You know, we bougie oogies, we the blocks. We can't have this. So as Angela is presenting her, what's the name of I had to write it down, y'all. Eve's Crown, her beautiful, and I love that, by the way, that they have these products and how what I like about the show is how it's pushing black beauty and natural hair and loving yourself and loving the skin you're in. I give them kudos for that, because yeah, it's got their messy drama, but I love that pride and that beauty that the show is bringing as well. So anyway, she has this Eve's Crown that she's trying to push and market. And Leah ripped that thing apart. She was like, the marketing is I'm getting a very swamp meat ghetto. It's giving me ghetto. We need to change the packaging. Totally hating. But the thing is, Angela handled it like a G. Angela was like, well, you talking about ghetto and swap meat and all that. She said, but those swap meats make money, and I serve an underserved people. I will never abandon my people who are disenfranchised. She let her have it with that. I was like, okay, she kind of came back on that. Then they had their little outside of the meeting, out by the car, and Leah said to her, oh, well, don't take it personal. It's just business, you know. And she's like, sure, I'm not taking it personal. And she keyed that chick's car, which I thought was excellent. I thought that was quite wonderful. And then we see that Yaya goes on social media and she is telling the folks, listen, what do y'all think? She's smart. She goes, did I say Yaya? Angela. Not Yaya, but y'all know what I mean. And Yaya is the actress who plays Angela. Angela goes on social media and she asks her following, what do y'all think I should do? Should I change the packaging, give it a new look or what? Change the face, whatever? Because you know the picture, that's her mom on there. And y'all let her sister know, what should I do? Meanwhile, we got Leah hating. She's watching it like, just totally hating. And I don't understand this. They have enough money. Why can't we all just get along? But see, if we got along, the show would be kind of boring, right? So you got to have that drama. So Leah is preparing for this big time what was it called, y'all? Black and red party. You know, everything got to be perfect. The flowers have to be a certain texture of pink or a certain something like that. She got the flowers, make sure it's not too pink, and make sure this one is red. It has to be perfect because you know everybody that comes to this party is bougie ougie, and you know this is a big deal. You know the Bronx, they like to have a big deal. It's a big deal, so you got to be really ready for this. So while she's getting this ready, we see her daughter coming out of the slammer. Daddy went and picked her up from the slammer. She's out on bail for the alleged attack on Taylor, and she's having a conversation with her father, Raymond, and he tells her, I love you, blah, blah, blah. He says some stuff to her, and she just pretty much tells him, Dad, I like girls. And she tells him that she loves Taylor and how she want to lick Taylor up and... No. She didn't say that. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But she says she liked girls, and her father did what any good father would do. He said, you know what? Baby girl, I love you. He don't care that his daughter's all lesbian. He don't care about that. Because he shouldn't. That's not your business. Just love your daughter. Love your daughter. So he just gave her a hug and told her, I love you. So he accepted it. Much better than what Leah did when Leah was like, I can't accept it. No, you can't. Nope, I don't accept it. No, I don't like it. He did that. You got to, come on. This is your child. This is your daughter. You got to embrace her. Show some love. So he did that for her. Meanwhile, Leah's still getting this red and black party together, and for Juneteenth. And what happened? She starts flashing back to, yes, I remembered well. See, she's a major fronter because her childhood wasn't all that grand like she likes to pretend it is. I remembered well, my mother started these, and everybody would love to come to these parties, but she leaves out the part that her mother's batshit, crazy a little bit. I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't nice. She's not well. Let's say that she's not well. She leaves that part out. But when the flashback tells the story, and her mother's in there with the flowers and getting ready for this event. It has to be a certain color. It can't be too pink and this and that. They got to be perfectly red. And then they pan the camera down and we see that. She says, Mother, you're bleeding. Leah's having this flashback. Her hands are bleeding. And then we see the father coming with the people. They give her the needle, take her out, and he tells her, your mother's broken. See, this man is cold. Your mother's broken. And, we ain't got much use for broken people. We gonna lock her up somewhere. She broken. Let's throw her in the trash. That's not what we do over here. You can't be broken. He ain't trying to heal the woman. And more than likely, she's probably this way because she probably spazzed out when she realized that he was banging the maid or whatever the lady was and got the help pregnant. That's probably how she spazzed out in the first place. I'm pretty sure that's how she spazzed out. So anyway, she has that flashback. And then she decides to go visit her mother. And when she goes to visit her mother is still in that state or whatever, just angry or whatever. And she says, well, Mother, let me do your hair. And she looks down and she sees that there's a bottle of the Eve's Crown here. So I'm like, so this bottle just sitting here like that. I was like, yeah, okay. But anyway, let's go with the story. The bottle sitting here. So this pisses her off. Now she gonna go and confront Angela. And she says to Angela, who told you to go to my mother's house? Who told you to pay a visit to my mother, Rose? Who told you to do that? She said, listen, I went to get asked questions about my mother. She said, you sure you weren't asking about my father? And they have this whole thing about, yes, we're siblings, yes. And she says, listen, I got the DNA. We're blood, sister. We're sisters. And Leah was like, you know what do you want? Writes this check. What do you want? Here, take a check. I'm sick of you, ghetto hoe. I'm sick of you. Take this check and get on out of here, because we don't need you up here in Martha's Vineyard. Go on about your business. So she writes this check, and Angela says to her, I cannot be bought. And then she does something. I thought she was going to rip the check up at first, but she said, no. She cut herself and then put her blood on the check and was like, here, you take it and you go check the DNA. I can't be bought, and I'm here to stay. And next time you tell our father to come see me his damn self. And so here's the thing right here. Here's the thing. And then Angela left. Leah left. She couldn't deal with that. She's like, nah, this chick cutting herself and putting it on the check. Nah, I can't deal with that. She leaves. She was like, she don't want this money. I offered her a nice piece of change. She don't want the money? What's wrong with her? And so this is where, to me, once she left that check, Angela, you should have, I keep saying, once she left that check, Angela, you should have took that check and deposited. Blood and all, I would have cashed that damn check. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to take it to the bank no more. Now some bank accounts have it where you could take your cell phone and take a picture of it and deposit it just like that. I would have deposited. Listen, she wrote you a check. You ain't agree. You already said the hell with what you. I won't be bought. Great, I won't be bought, but I'll still take that money. I'll still cash that check. But of course, she did not cash the check. She goes on to confront Teddy Franklin, her dad, and she tells him, you know what? Don't be sending her over here to convince me of anything. And he's like, oh, I didn't send her, and this, that, and the third. What can we do? And then the camera pans on him, and he's shaking. I said, something wrong with him. He got some kind of condition. I said, he got some kind of condition. So he's shaking, and he's trying to hide it. He's shaking. And he asked her, what is it that you want? What do you want me to do? I'm sorry for the time that I couldn't do. She's like, do what you've always done, nothing. Stop. This was your time right there. You know what I want? I would ask for money. I would ask for a whole lot of money, or like put me into the company, something like these people got long money. I would have asked for money, and I would have still stayed there. What you gonna do? I wouldn't have ripped that check up, but she didn't rip the check up. Yes, she did. She ripped it and she burned it and put it in the cup or whatever. Nah, I would have got that check, deposited that check, and still talked my mess. Like, hey, daddy, I'm here. You ain't never getting rid of me. That ain't enough money to get rid of me. That's what I would have done. Moving right along. This relationship, I said this in a few episodes, this relationship between Tariq and Angela, I always thought it was too soon, too much. I don't know. I don't understand how they so into each other so quickly. To me, I thought that whole thing, I don't know, when they're together, it just annoys me. It just seems like it's too fast. That's just me. Meanwhile, young Nikki is at the beach with the bougie kids, and she's about to get into a fight because these little snotty, ignorant girls are making jokes based on complexion. So she puts them in their place, and she's about to rip the weave out of one of their heads, and this triggers her to her flashbacks, and we learn how she got in trouble back in the hood. She got in trouble because somebody made a remark about her own grandmother's complexion, and she's close with her grandmother, so that's when she got to fighting, and that's how she got in trouble. But Angela never knew this, and Angela does not know this. And in this episode, we see that somebody had recorded the fight, and she was beating the hell out of that girl. And so that she has that flashback, she remembers that. And then there's a scene with her and Angela where she does tell her mother what happened, and then she tells her mother, don't look at that video. Of course, the mother looks at it, and she's like, oh, so that's what happened. And she says, listen, I never told you why I got into that fight. They called grandma a black skillet or something like that, she said. And she said, I never told you why I got into that fight because I didn't want, because I'm not as close to you as I was with grandma. Now grandma dead, and I miss her so much, and she storms off. So that was that. We also saw a conversation between Teddy Franklin and Raymond, where Raymond said he wants his company back, and Teddy basically said no. And then we get to this thing. This was interesting because this is what I was looking for. The whole thing with Aunt Patricia, Aunt Piggy, whatever they calling her. She went out looking for something, and she gets confronted by Teddy, and they have this whole exchange, and it comes to find out she may or may not have murdered someone, and she's looking for the body or whatever. So she knows a lot more than what she's saying, and that story is going to progress too. In their conversation, he was like, you think I got something on you and I'm going to use it. So apparently Aunt Piggy done killed somebody. She trying to find the body. Teddy knows about it. They all knew each other. So that was interesting right there. Now we get on down to this. Oh yeah, and Leah did tell Raymond, her husband, that Angela is her sister. But I wonder, last week, and I forgot to cover this last week, Angela got kissed by Raymond's friend. What was that about? We didn't see his friend tonight. So anyway. All right, so now we get to the red and black party, and that Angela decides to crash. And this red party, everybody looks wonderful. Everybody's hair looks good. Everybody looks good. And she goes over to have a conversation with, what's his name? She goes over to have a conversation with her father, Teddy. And he was like, I wasn't prepared the last time. And they're having this exchange. And as they're having this exchange, she tells him what she wants. She says she wants to be in the incubator program, blah, 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 something like that. She said they have this conversation. Meanwhile, the grandson comes and says, listen, grandma's cutting up over here. They go over to the party. Grandma's in there. Lauren and brought grandma to the party. Grandma is acting up. She's flashing. She's doing what she did before. She's grabbing at the roses. These are not the right color. So Leah tries to go over to her, and she's like, get your hands off me. She doesn't recognize her own daughter. She said, I'm your daughter. She said, no, you're not. And then she sees Angela. She's like, that's my daughter. That's Leah. And that set what's name off. Grandma falls, because she's carrying on so much. She ends up falling, knocking down the beautiful decorations, just turning the party out. And this is when Leah says, that is not your daughter. That's his bastard child. That is his out of wedlock, that when he was sleeping with the help. That's who she is. And Angela tried to walk away. She said, no, you don't. You're going to stick right in this. So that was a big commotion. And so the father was like, you see, made this scene. Now this is all out. Everybody's talking about this. How can we fix this? And she was like, this is your mess because you sticking your penis everywhere, making babies and all that. This is your mess. He said, no, you don't know how to control your emotions. And as he's saying it, Raymond said, watch how you talk to my wife and all this other stuff. Very interesting. And Lauren she's upset with this whole thing. And we also found out tonight that Taylor lied. Lauren did not push her. She lied on her, but she eventually drops the charges. So anyway, back to the drama. It is Angela who comes up with the idea. She says, you know what? We can knock the wind out of this story if we just bring it to them. And that's what they did. So they had this whole presentation. Well, as you saw today, blah, blah, blah. This is my sister. Welcome to the family. So they gave this lovely little speech. And this was clever on Angela's part. She cut right in and said, oh, yes. And now that I'm in the family, I'm so glad that they allowed me to be in the incubator program in my business, Crown Eve, whatever the hell the business is called, Eve's Crown. And that was a clever move, a clever play. She said, I guess I belong in this family after all. And the father's pissed off about this. He don't like that. And then we see another scene with him where he's talking with Tariq. And I said, see, I told y'all I didn't like them together. I knew something was up. So Tariq is in his pocket. I didn't like all of that. He's like, well, what do you want? She's a good girl. She's just trying to get her business. She's okay. Why you want to get rid of her? He's like, no, we got to get rid of her because she publicly made her way into my company. Dude, that is your daughter. That is your daughter. What's wrong with you? So we had that happen. We also see Taylor and what's wrong with me with names? And Leah kind of have their conversation, and they kind of deal with each other because Leah's just devastated, and they have that conversation. So she's trying to tell her daughter, "No, I'm sorry if I ever made you feel a certain way. I liked all of that too." But now you see that where Teddy was shaking, he gets a call, and comes to find out all that shaking and carrying on, he has Parkinson's disease. So I said I knew it was something up with him because he was doing the shaking. He's trying to hide it, so he's not well. But see, yeah, you're still evil though. You're not well. Why don't you stop all the drama? Let your daughter you just threw away, let her into the family with all ease. Why are you trying to get rid of? So, I thought tonight's episode was really good. I like this episode better than I did last week's. I enjoyed the pacing this week, and it was a very interesting episode. And now that all the secrets are out, where are they going to go further with this? Well, not quite all the secrets. We still need to know what's going on with Angela's aunt and Teddy with this secret, and did she really kill somebody and all of that? So we gotta wait to see what's gonna happen next week because it's out in the public now. They're sisters. She's getting that business, growing that business. What's gonna happen? And I didn't see tonight. I didn't see the other old bougie lady that couldn't stand her that wanted her out. Where was she? She wasn't in tonight's episode. Maybe she'll be back next week. But that is all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Again, please like, comment, and respond. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. All right, you all be blessed.